There's a big difference in what separates poor people from rich people. And surprisingly, it isn't the amount of money they have, what they wear. Do they have the latest fashion brands? Are they driving a 97 Honda Civic with 300,000 miles? Or do they have the latest Lambo? None of these things really matter. These aren't the things that separate poor people from rich people. In this video, I will share what is the thing that separates these people. And as usual, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor.
Knowledge.
Now you may be thinking, if you drive a Lambo, if you have $1 million mansion, a bunch of jewelry, of course you are rich. How else could you afford all that? For now, we're going to avoid the fact that most people take on credit to afford expensive things. But even if you have all these fancy things, this isn't the thing that makes you rich. The thing that makes you rich is how you view money. If we look at pro athletes like Mike Tyson, he was worth almost $400 million at one point and then went bankrupt in 2003 before he retired due to poor financial spending. $400 million gone. If this was the man who was buying tigers for fun, we can only imagine what else he was spending his money on. Just blows $400 million just like that. And the crazy thing is, Mike Tyson is not the only example of people that do this. A study shows that 78% of NFL players go bankrupt after 2 years of retiring, and 60% of NBA players file for bankruptcy 5 years later. How can you be worth millions of dollars, manage to blow it all in a couple years, and then file for bankruptcy, and many people have debt after that? It's just ridiculous. But let me show you why. Because money isn't what makes you rich. What you decide to do with your money is what makes you rich. That's the big difference. So how do poor individuals view money? It's in terms of, what can I buy with the money? Can I buy a nice house? Can I buy this car? Can I buy these shoes? Can I buy the latest iPhone, even though Apple hasn't changed much in years? Why do you want that? Money is viewed as a transaction to purchase more liabilities, aka things that don't make you money. All this stuff you're buying doesn't make you more money, so it's just gone, that's it. So let's imagine this. You're a poor boy from a poor family. We're not going to bust into Queen. I just realized that. You have been wanting things you couldn't have your whole life. Every amount of money you ever got, you have the habit of needing to spend it on necessities, clothes, and when you want other items just for fun, you take out credit cards or any type of credit because you don't have enough money to buy the things you want. So you're used to spending your money, every penny, all the time with like little savings. This is your lifestyle. But then something happens as you grow up. You continue to work hard in your career. Maybe you get drafted for college football. You make it to the NFL. And then guess what? You're making millions. You get $1 million contracts. And now you can finally buy all the things you couldn't have in your childhood. So you just go spend and spend and spend. But the problem is you never learn to do this wisely. You still have your habit of spending all your money from childhood. You just buy bigger and fancier things. You want to look rich. And then suddenly the money stops. Your contract ends and you're broke. You're broke because you spent it all. Many NFL players experience this. 51% of NFL players come from lower class, and their view of money they had leads them to go broke despite having millions. Now, I'm not saying these NFL players, if they're lower income, they didn't learn how to manage money. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm sure there are many that have overcome this. But overall, a surprising amount go broke just a couple years later despite having millions. You don't have to look rich to be rich. How you utilize your money is what makes you rich. That's the big difference. In fact, looking poor can make you look richer. Look at my shirts from Five Below. Get that bread. Looking poor can make you richer because now you have more money to put into assets, aka things that make you money, not liabilities, things that lose money. What happens if you don't buy that $100 t-shirt and you buy this shirt from Five Below? What happens if you don't mortgage the house that is way out of your reach? What happens if you don't need the latest Nikes or shoes or whatever you like? What happens if you let go, enter the abyss, and not care about keeping up with the Joneses? You have significantly more money to invest to bring in money to make you rich, to actually make you rich. According to the millionaire next door, most millionaires live well below their means. 2/3 drive used vehicles, at least 2 years old, and live in modestly priced areas. They aren't buying the biggest mansions, the fanciest cars, the nicest clothes. Because when you buy these things, you lose money. You don't make more money. The second you drive that car off the lot, guess what? You lost a lot of money. You aren't buying the giant mansion with cash. You are using a mortgage and giving the banks their money. It's not your money. You're just losing it till you go broke. You think you own that house? I bet you. Stop paying that mortgage and see what happens. It's not your house. It's a lie till you pay it off. Even then, you still got to pay taxes and the government can take it. So whatever. So instead of going broke, just look broke instead. Now, I'm not saying don't shower, only wear one t-shirt from Five Below, only eat ramen noodles, don't give to the needy. I'm not saying that. Still enjoy your life. take care of yourself, but do you need to feed into the consumeristic machine that is America? Or to be wiser to not consume, forgo the fancy purchase, and use this money to invest wisely to make you more money? I bet you know the answer. And let's use a real life example to hammer the point home. You just got a nice promotion at work. You're wondering how to spend your money. Perfect timing, because you also need a new car and you have $50,000 to spend. You look at the Genesis G80. It catches your eye. The sleek design, the dazzling interior. You buy, $50K plus closing costs, taxes. Then poof, goodbye, $50K gone, you spent your money. And then the second you drive off the lot, that car loses money, aka a liability. Or here's a different scenario. You have $50K and you decide to buy a nice used car on Facebook, saving you $30,000. And with the other $30,000, you put it into the stock market, for example, hoping to get 10% per year. You leave the money for 30 years and your $30K magically turns into over $500,000 over 30 years. This is the type of mindset that gets you rich. Not what can my money buy me right now, but how can my money make more money over time? How is your money going to make you money if you keep on spending your money so you don't have any money? It won't. Simple as that. So look poor. Wear normal clothes that don't have designer logos. Buy reasonable priced vehicles. Buy a house that won't break your bank and you're not paying off a mortgage for 40 years. These are ridiculous 40-year mortgages. Keep a low profile. If you have a lot of money, why do you need everyone knowing you have money? Do you think showing off your wealth would attract the right people into your life? People that like you for you? Or just people who want to be around someone who has money, hoping you'll pay for like a nice dinner or a vacation or something? Would these people still be friends with you if you didn't have money? Just something to think about, man. Just something to think about. If you don't care about looking rich, just look poor and you can save money so much faster. You can use that to build your wealth, use it to make more money. Then you can use this money towards something that actually makes you happy. Material items probably aren't going to make you happy. You need the necessities and some fun things, but you don't need the fancy Lambos and whatnot. Probably spending more time with your family will make you happier. Probably not having to worry about finances will make you happier. Probably spending a lazy day on the beach just for fun will make you happier. Looking poor gives you the freedom to enjoy the important things in life versus chasing items that don't really serve any real value towards you and are just liabilities. They're just liabilities in your life. If you're trying to figure out if you can become wealthy with a low salary, check out how to do it right here. Peace.